Nandito na ang biggest flex ng telebisyon.
Ang pinakabagong tagisan ng bilis, lakas at liksi.
Palakasan na ng utak, puso at katawan.
Oras na!
Game na?
Ito ang Sports Time.
Isang pangmalakasang araw sa ating lahat. Welcome sa ating programa.
Kami ang makakasama nyo sa bagong game show sa telebisyon na magpapamalas ng lakas at liksi ng ating mga local athletes.
Not new in the field of sports and entertainment, makakasama natin ang former courtside reporter for the UP Fighting Maroons noong UAAP Season 84. She currently produces for the TV broadcast of different sports leagues like the Philippine Volleyball League, Asian Volleyball Confederation, and the UAAP. Hindi lang yan, dahil siya ay sating fitness content creator and enthusiast. She's also a sports digital creator under Puso Pilipinas. Ang swimming at badminton ay ilan lang sa mga sports activities na kinahihiligan niya as she began her love for sports at a very young age. At ang pagkahilig niya sa sports, talagang it runs in the blood because her grandfather used to compete in the Olympics as a wrestler. You can say she lives and breathes anything to do with physical fitness and activity. The small but powerful Yani Mayo.
Always game to try new things, si Paeng ay dating miyembro ng UP fencing team at naglalaro din ng football at badminton. Paeng comes from a family of athletes. His grandfather was part of the swimming varsity of UP, while his father and 6 of his aunts and uncles were part of the UP football varsity team as well. Hindi lang sa court magaling si Paeng. He also dominates the screen dahil sa kanyang galing sa paglalaro ng video games. And another thing to watch out for ay ang kanyang dance moves because he'll wow us with his street dance cred. We are gearing up for a fun and fierce time here in Sports Time. I'm fired up and excited to do this with my equally competitive co-host. Get ready for his energy. Let's give it up for my fellow Sports Time correspondent, Paeng Pajaro. Hindi ito basta-bastang palaro at hindi ito basta-bastang obstacle course.
Dahil sinigurado ng ating programa na level up ang pagdadaanan ng ating mga guest athletes.
Dahil kasama natin sa pagbuo ng obstacle course na ito, ang mga bossing at lodi ng UP College of Human Kinetics.
Nagsama-sama ang mga coaches, ang faculty, at ang department heads ng UP-CHK para buuin ang obstacle course na hahamon sa ating mga atleta.
Nakaka-excite naman to! Para ba tong American Ninja Warrior?
Oh yes, pero may halong Pinoy twist na aalab sa ating Pinoy spirit.
This is really exciting!
Ops, pero hindi pa tapos ang sorpresa dahil bukod sa aming dalawa, makakasama natin ang tinuturing haligi ng UP College of Human Kinetics.
Kaya hindi na ako nabibigla kapag napupuno ng sigawan ang UAAP Games kapag siya pinakita sa screen.
Kilalanin natin ang ating resident Sports Time Pro. Panoorin natin ang video na ito.
Mahaba ang track record ng ating Sports Time resident pro sa larangan ng Human Kinetics. Ang kasalukuyang dekano ng UP-CHK na si Dean Francis Carlos B. Diaz o mas kilala bilang Dean Kiko ay nagtataglay ng lahat ng qualifications to become our Sports Time resident pro. Nagtapos siya ng kanyang bachelor's at master's degree in physical education dito sa University of the Philippines, Diliman. He also consistently made his mark since he joined the UP College of Human Kinetics last 1991. Nagsilbi siya bilang Program Director ng Varsity Sports Office Program ng CHK. Adding to his long list of credentials, nagsilbi din siya bilang head coach ng UP Varsity Softball Team sa loob ng 23 years. His dedication and hard work earned him the college's Distinguished Service Award last 2016.
The moment Dean Kiko went here in the university, I've noticed a lot more changes in the CHK, a lot more developments, and of course, with the development of the venues of training and how the method of training, of course, the level of the athletes also improved because of it.
When it comes sa talagang kaalaman sa larangan ng sports, hindi mo matatawaran. Sobra-sobra ang kaalaman niya sa larangan ng sports. Pagdating naman sa leadership, siguro kung irarang ko siya ng 1 to 10, siguro number 10 na siya pagdating sa leadership. Kasi doon sa national team namin sa softball, almost siya yung pinaka-leader namin. So, siya yung gumagawa lahat ng report, ng program, pati yung sa management ng team. Talagang siya yung nag-manage lahat.
In terms of his leadership as a dean, yung action kaagad. Every time na may mga problema ang mga estudyante, kasi they keep on feeding me, no? Especially yung student council. And then ginagawa ko lang, either tawagan siya or i-text lang siya. And then in that moment, so mga in 1 hour and 2 hours time, meron ng action kaagad. So ganun siya kabilis. And then I'll see na talagang ang nakikita niya for CHK is moving forward.
Aktibo rin si Dean Kiko in sharing his expertise through paper presentations locally and abroad. Definitely a pillar of Philippines' human kinetics industry, let's all welcome UPCHK's Dean and our Sports Time resident pro, Dean Kiko Diaz.
Welcome ulit sa ating mga viewers. Welcome sa aming pangmalakasang palaro na hahamon sa tibay at lakas ng ating mga local athletes. At gaya ng sabi ni Yani at Paeng, hindi ito basta-bastang palaro dahil isa sa aming layunin ay ang encourage kayo to live a healthier lifestyle. Maglakad, mag-jogging, mag-swimming, at sumayaw. In short, gumalaw. Huwag puro upo-upo lang. Tandaan, ang secret to a healthy life is an active life. Kaya, huwag na nating patagalin pa. Sasamahan tayo ni Professor Jonathan Cagas, isa sa aming mga Lodi professors dito sa UPCHK. Welcome, Doc John.
Ngayong araw po, Dean.
Doc John, how would you describe the current lifestyles of our Filipino countrymen when it comes to physical activity and health?
Sa ngayon po, may sasabi natin na physically inactive yung mga kababayan natin. Noong 2018 or 2019, meron pong survey yung FNRI or yung Food and Nutrition Research Institute at nagsasabi na about 40% ng Filipino adults are insufficiently active.
Wow, ito ay current data.
Opo, latest data po iyon.
Bukod dito, Sir John, more or less, how does it compare to the world in terms of physical activity, participation, and health?
Yung tinatawag na physical inactivity po kasi, kinoconsider siya na pandemic ng World Health Organization. So ang dami sa mga tao worldwide are physically inactive dahil nga sa changes no, sa lifestyle natin. Dati, mga manual yung labor na ginagawa natin. Well now, dahil sa technological advances, karamihan sa mga trabaho natin, nakaupo na lang, nagkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag na insufficient physical inactivity. Tapos, kasama doon is yung pag-increase din ng tinatawag na sedentary behaviors. So dalawang magkaibang behaviors po to. So yung physical activity, ito yung kung nami-meet mo yung guidelines in terms of being physically active para maging healthy. While yung sedentary behaviors naman, ito yung mga behaviors na wala tayong ginagawa. Pero waking tayo, gising tayo, nakaupo lang, nakahiga, at saka tipong nakasandal. So, kailangan po daw kasi na para maging healthy tayo, i-increase natin yung physical activity, tsaka i-decrease yung sedentary behaviors.
That's great, Sir John, no? Kasi yan nga yung talagang layunin ng ating ginagawang bagong programa. So, Sir John, in your honest opinion, is this something alarming para sa ating mga Pilipino? And if yes, how do we go about it then?
Siguro din, mainam din na malaman natin na pag sinabi kasi yung physical activity, meron din mga different domains yon. At yung siguro pinaka-alarming is that about 95% ng Filipinos are not active during our leisure time. Kasi pwede kasing maging active sa work, pwede kang maging active sa trabaho, pero yung tinatawag kasi na leisure time physical activity, ito yung mga activities na ginagawa natin kapag outside our work. At sinasabi sa research na kapag mataas yung leisure time physical activity natin, mas mainam ito in terms of mental health, in addition to yung physical health. So I can say na alarming siya kasi nga may detrimental effects ito sa health natin. Tapos, aside from that, alarming kasi yung mga bata natin, mga children and adolescents are actually one of the most insufficiently active worldwide. Number 2 tayo sa pinaka hindi active in terms of adolescents natin. So, alarming siya kasi pag tandaan ng mga adolescents natin, most likely, magiging physically inactive din sila. So, tataas pa yung percentage ng insufficiently active na adult population natin.
Okay. So, dahil sa binanggit ni Doc John, talagang katulad ng lagi nating paulit-ulit na sinasabi, the key to a healthy life is an active lifestyle. Thank you, Sir John.
Thank you po.
Kaya namin binuo ang obstacle course na ito ay para mabigyan kayo ng iba't ibang idea ng mga exercises that will keep you healthy. Let's turn it over to you, Yani and Paeng, at our obstacle course.
So ito po yung first obstacle natin. Siyempre ito, monkey bars, makita naman po natin to everywhere. So you can always try this obstacle, in your local park or whatever. Of course, the contestants will start here. You have to go to the other side, pero balikan po yan. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So here, of course, we have the dip bars. The contestants will have to do a certain number of repetitions. Holding the bar all the way down, then pushing all the way back up. Kayang-kaya din gawin. Pero syempre, if you're not physically conditioned and do not have the muscle strength, mahihirapan po talaga lahat ng contestants. The next one, we have, of course, the pull-up bars. Very simple. Hawak dito, pull all the way up, over the chin. Pero yung twist natin ay, without putting your feet down, the contestant has to transfer to the higher one and do one full rep. Okay? So may pagkahirap din naman yon. So here to the next one, we have this certain chest exercise. Body weight matters here. Kasi syempre, this is only moved by one's body weight. May you be thin, may you be big, as long as your muscle strength can handle it, kayang-kaya niyo po gawin ito. The fifth obstacle, we have the core. Okay, so you have to do a certain number of sit-ups. So syempre, a lot of varsities or a lot of athletes have to have good core strength for coordination. Syempre, kailangan po yan. Syempre, we have over here, gagawin po natin yung piko. Pero with a twist, lalakihan po natin yung mga squares para mas malaki po yung agwat ng mga atleta natin. So we're moving on next to Yani, who will explain the next part of the obstacle course.
That's right, Paeng. Napaka-challenging ng first half natin ng course, obstacle course natin for today. But of course, it's not yet over. So our participants will go on here to the tire obstacle course, loving the colors. And of course, it's a great way to reuse our tires over here. So kailangan puntahin nila lahat yung tires nila dito bago pumunta sa next part ng ating obstacle course. So here, we're going to start testing our balance. Okay? Here in the 15-second seesaw, our participants will be racing up over here in the 15-second seesaw, and they have to stay balanced with their core strength intact for 15 seconds. Pagkatapos nila kumpletuhin ito, punta na tayo sa next course. Tatakbo-takbo sila dito using a jump rope. So with a jump rope, they'll be heading over to our next course. It also adds a little bit more of flavor sa ating obstacle course. At ang fun kaya mag-jump rope while testing our cardio fitness. So we have the beam bridge over here. This is very challenging. They'll be tested with their agility, their balance, and their mental strength as well. And after that, we'll be heading over to the kadang-kadang snake course. So itong kadang-kadang snake course, napaka-interesting kasi gagamit sila ng bamboo stilts to go through all of these mini obstacle courses and to get through in the end. They'll be tested by going through all of these rocks, these twigs, leaves as well. Pero pag nag-reach na sila dito sa dulo, they will be greeted with this triangle obstacle course naman. Ang gagawin ng ating participants, ay pupunta dito sa rope side and they'll be climbing over this area while they reach the top of this triangle. Next, they'll go down here through the tires again and then they will race to this spot. Ganito guys, for added safety, magsusuot sila ng harness before they head on to our next station. So we're gonna rush over to the pole side station. Ito na po ang ating peak ng ating obstacle course. So, di po sila dito sa stairs aakyat ha. Di sila sa stairs aakyat. Dito sila sa gitna ng pole slide obstacle course. They will be challenged mentally, physically, whole upper body strength, as well as their legs to pull them up straight onto the top because they have to ring a bell doon sa taas ng obstacle course natin. After they ring that bell, they'll be sliding down and that is the cue na matapos natin ang obstacle course. Kayang-kaya ng ating athletes ito at feeling ko ang magiging labanan ay yung oras talaga na matapos nila. Ito, di ba, Paeng?
Oo nga, mukha nga naman talagang challenging to, pero I'm sure kayang-kaya ng mga atleta natin to.
Kayang-kaya din natin to,
Oo
Paeng.
nga naman, kaya natin gagawin yan pala. Ginawa natin.
This is such an exciting course for everyone who's watching and we're really looking forward to all of our contestants who will be racing this course in our next episodes. So, we'll turn it back to Dean Kiko.
Thank you, Yani. Ngayon naman, para maunawaan natin ang iba't ibang mga physiological requirements para duhuno sa ipinakita nila Yani na paglalaro ng obstacle course. Kasama natin ang dalawang professor sa UPCHK. Hello, Dr. Molly Malyari and Professor Revin Santos.
Magandang araw din.
Magandang araw din.
So, Doc Molly, unang-una, pwede mo ba kaming bigyan ng kaunting paliwanag kung ano ba yung mga physiologic requirements na kinakailangan ng isang tao o ng isang varsity athlete para mailaro niya ng maayos yung obstacle course or kahit anong physical activity at exercise?
Para ang isang varsity athlete makapag-perform sa mga aktibidad kagaya ng obstacle course nga na nakita natin kanina, merong mga iba-ibang physiological systems na they have to be healthy and well-trained pagdating doon. So kasama na dito ang ating, of course, yung ating cardiovascular system, ang ating musculoskeletal system, central nervous system kasama na rin doon, endocrine system, among others. So one of the major limiting factors, of course, dito kasama na ang efficient na training, para ma-develop lahat ng mga systems na ito, and of course, ang proper energy to be able to supply all the needs of the athlete.
Ano ba itong mga tinukoy mo na energy requirement para ang isang tao ay makapag-exercise or makapag-perform ng isang physical activity movement?
Para po gumakagalaw po tayo, lahat ng movement, ang major limitation po talaga ay energy. So yung energy supply po natin nakukuha natin sa mga kinakain natin araw-araw. In particular, para sa mga atleta at mga nag-obstacle course, ang pinaka-importante po siguro dyan ay ang carbohydrate intake natin. So on a daily basis, kailangan nasusupply natin yung carbohydrate needs para sa ating activities na kailangan. Of course, proper hydration is also important. Now, pagdating po dun sa obstacle course in particular, marami pong different components of activities ang nasasama doon. So, merong anaerobic component, which includes speed, and of course yung power, and meron din yung mga iba nakita natin, yung mga balance components, so strength, kailangan doon. So very important na bago sila mag-compete or mag-perform sa mga ganyang klaseng activity, ay meron na silang mga carbohydrate stores para meron silang energy na i-expend, habang ginagawa nila yung kanilang mga activities. Of course, protein is also important, lalo na para sa recovery, no?
And of course, your basic vegetables, the greens and the fruits as well.
Yes,
diba?
of course. So, vitamins, minerals na nasusupply ng ating fruits and vegetables. Very important as well.
So, Doc Molly, dahil dun sa sinabi mo kaninang mayroon mga kinakailangan na health-related and skill-related components, Prof. Revin, ano naman po ba itong mga ito at paano natin ito may improve para dun sa improve physical activity and sports performance ng ating mga atleta or kahit sino mang tao na nag-engage sa isang exercise?
Din, ang ganda nga ng yung obstacle course racing kasi talaga na-utilize niya yung different organ systems ng katawan natin. Lalo na yung ating muscles, yung ating energy system. At nahasa niya nga yung health-related at skill-related components ng ating pangatawan. So for example, hindi ko na babanggitin lahat. Yung sa health-related, yung muscular endurance, yung ating cardiovascular endurance. Yung dalawang yun, required talaga yun to sustain yung required energy level sa paggawa ng mga iba't ibang obstacles.
Katulad nung napaliwanag ni Doc Molly earlier.
So maganda yung sa nahasa yung katawan natin, lumalakas tayo, bumibilis tayo, tapos kasama din dyan yung mga skill-related components tulad ng speed, ng agility, na required sa obstacle, pero hindi lang yan sa obstacle racing, kundi kasama rin yan sa sports, sa iba't ibang sports, at kahit sa mga pang-araw-araw na gawain, ginagamit din natin itong mga skill at health-related components na ito. So,
paano mo matatie up yun nung binanggit mo na magagamit natin ito sa ating pang-araw-araw na gawain? Can you give us a concrete example para sa ating mga manunood?
So, kung tayo ay umuupo, siyempre, tumatayo rin tayo throughout the day. So, pag tumatayo tayo, hindi naman laging mabagal lang eh. Kailangan mabilis yung pagtayo natin so that mas efficient yung movement. So, that may component yun ng strength, lower body strength, at of course, yung ability to contract the muscles at a certain speed. Ngayon naman, may mga gawain sa bahay that would require, sabihin natin, upper body strength. Na, kuwari, sa monkey bars. Kuwari, naglilinis tayo, nagsasampay, naggagawaing bahay tayo. So, ginagamit din natin yung mga muscles na yun at skills na yun. Hindi lang natin ginagamit in a competitive way, pero na-utilize natin yung same muscle groups.
Maganda pala, no? Dahil napaliwanag mo yan. Yung simpleng pagtayo at pag-upo, ulit-ulitin ng mga 25 times.
Tama, din.
No? Pagkatapos magpahinga ng 2 to 3 minutes, tapos ulitin ulit. Tumayo at umupo ng 25 times. No? And that's already a physical, active lifestyle. No?
Yes.
Na nasa bahay lang tayo, ngunit na-address natin yung pangangatawan natin.
Tama din. Tsaka, ito yung mga nagko-contribute sa physical activity level ng isang tao, natutulong mag-maintain at magpalakas ng ating katawan.
Sa dakong ito, maraming salamat, Doc Molly at Professor Revin. Kaya sa lahat ng ating mga manunood, may kasabihan na mas lalo kang manghihina kung ikaw ay laging nakahiga. Kailangan ng katawan ang gumalaw-galaw, bata man o matanda. The secret to a healthy lifestyle is an active lifestyle. Ako po si Kiko Diaz. Balikan natin sina Yani at Paeng.
Excited na ba kayo? Sa susunod nating pagkikita, makikilala niyo na ang mga atletang sasabak sa hamon ng ating obstacle course.
Kasali kaya ang mga paborito niyong atleta? Magkita-kita tayo muli dito sa biggest flex ng telebisyon.
Ang pinakabagong tagisan ng bilis, lakas at liksi.
Ito ang
Sports Time!